All right. Number 4, realize your story is still your responsibility, not anyone else's. Okay. So, so here we go. Now comes the, now I'm going to go take a little shot in the dark here, and I'm going to assume, it's just an assumption, but the way that the writer of this article just worded that, how Diana's wording this, is it almost feels like there's going to be a little bit of a blame. Keep your eyes peeled for a blame shift here. Because on one hand, she's saying hire the sensitivity readers or get in contact with someone who represents the community to make sure your authorial voice is authentic. But at the same time, out of the other side of her mouth, she's saying, realize your story is still your responsibility, not anyone else's, which then almost sounds like through the back door after the last line where it says literally compensate your sensitivity readers, then leads into the next one where it says it's your responsibility. That's almost as if it's like taking away any legal onus of sensitivity readers. So basically meaning sensitivity readers, you hire them, you got to pay them for their services, but they are not legally liable for anything that they suggest you do with your manuscript. That's kind of what I'm getting from this headline right here. I think she's so clever. She thinks she's a clever little shrew, this Diana. When your work is published, it's criticism. When your work is published, this is the first freaking line. When your work is published, its criticism will span broadly. Some story aspects may be praised for their authenticity, while others may be seen as inaccurate. Ooh, I thought that was the whole friggin' point of hiring a sensitivity reader, was to make sure the representation of diverse or marginalized communities are represented accurately. That's the key word here, accurately. So if you're given some information that is then considered inaccurate later on after the work is published, well, isn't that a liable offense? Because you were hiring an expert. That's like a financial advisor, right? If a financial advisor gives you advice that turns out to be inaccurate, isn't it possible that the financial advisor can then be held liable for the advice that they gave you? I would think so. But somehow, apparently, sensitivity readers skirt this little legal with some sort of legal loophole here. I don't know. Let's check it out. Inevitably, you will make mistakes. Oh, you will make mistakes. You know, it's not the sensitivity reader's fault. It's your fault. That's okay. Oh, well, thanks for the reassurance there, Diana. Thank you so much. Means so much. No piece of art can be perfect. It's also not the critic's fault for pointing out flaws. Don't blame the critic. Don't blame the sensitivity reader. No, it's all on you. Which, you know, I will give it to her that, yeah, you are the author. So it is your fault. It's your fault that you decided to listen to some dumbass sensitivity reader. Why are you hiring them in the first place? That's on you. In that sense, Diana is correct, even though she doesn't mean it that way. But that's how I'm putting it. All right. While there are many ways to handle reviews, criticism regarding cultural appropriation, racism, sexism, or another form of oppression should not be ignored or cast aside. No matter how much work you've done to avoid harm, you and only you can prevent forest fires. No, that's not. That's not enough. You and only you are responsible for addressing these criticisms. At the very least, sincere. Holy fuck. Hold on, I gotta fuck. Oh my God. at the very least, sincerely apologize and make amends to do better, as evidenced with concrete actions. Reflecting on what you've now learned. Did you learn anything, people? You feel wiser now after we've kind of walked through that fucking mess? Reflecting on what you've now learned, you are wiser. Does writing across difference sound complicated? Well, it should be. Okay? Understanding that alone is the tip of the iceberg. That said, with time, craft, and true ethical dedication to your work, it is possible to portray white, able-bodied, straight men accurately. Actually, no, it says portray diversity effectively. In doing so, you'll also master a good chunk of what it means to be a quality writer. It is an act of courage. Social justice warriors, unite. It is an act of courage to put your book out into the world, no matter what your background. It is also an act of deep understanding and respect to write the other well. Poet Nikki Giovanni may have summed up the matter best. Quote, "Writers don't write from experience. Writers write from empathy." End quote. Oh, single tear. Oh, shit. There's some further reading here for you guys at the end of the article in case that doesn't sum it up for you. You need to be, further your education. You guys want to stop being bigots, okay? You interested in not being a bigot? I mean, you might want to further your reading, bigot, all right? A lot of you need some education out there. You're problematic. I see some of the stuff you guys are publishing out there. Problematic. Those are my people, I have to say. All right, get this bitch off my screen. All right.